recording. And I will start by telling you good morning, everyone, and welcome to this second webinar dedicated to Circulus Open Call 3.2. So my name is Marjorie, and I'm speaking today on behalf of MWCapital Barcelona. So we are partner in the Circulus project, and we are leading the project's communication, dissemination, and impact activities. So thank you very much for joining today. And I'm happy that you get interested in circular manufacturing and the new opportunities to take part in the Circulus ecosystem. So just a quick refresh about Circulus. It's a European project that supports micro, small, and medium-sized manufacturing companies in the transition toward more circular. So the idea behind Circulus, it's super practical. So circularity, let's enter people. Circularity cannot happen in isolation. A company may want to reuse material, repair a product, recover waste, or extend the life of a component, but that ambition only becomes possible when the right people are connected. So very often what is missing is not the intention, but the partner who can turn that intention to action. And this is where value chains become really interesting, because circularity is not just about one company doing one thing. It is about building the right connection between people, between the people who each hold a different piece of the puzzle. The manufacturers, the suppliers, the recyclers, the technology providers, the service companies, innovation organization, and many others. So together, they make it possible to close the loop and turn what might once have been waste into something useful again. So with Open Call 3.2, Circulus is looking for new organizations that can contribute to existing circular value chains, strengthen them, and help them move further toward real implementation and scale up. So this is a really relevant opportunities for company and organization that already have a circular solution. So today, during this session, you will receive a complete overview of the Open Call 3.2 process. So our colleague from F6S, represented by Alvaro, will guide you through the Open Call guidelines. We encourage you to take notes and use the question and answer to clarify any doubts, or if you want, you can directly send your questions through the chat. And then Anatoly from CAT will present you an overview of the Open Call 2 winners. And finally, we will be introducing the Circulus pilots. So just also a quick explanation about something that we are offering also in the Circulus project. It's a training platform. I will share with you the link to the training content. So it's the objective is to help organization to learn more about circular manufacturing, of course, but also to learn about the Circulus approach. And you can learn about the tools we are using within the project. So yeah, I mean, let's start with the webinar, and I will let the floor to Alvaro.
Hello. Thank you, Marjorie, for the introduction. I'm Alvaro Parejo. I'm from F6S. That we are the partners in the consortium of Circulus that are managing the task of the open calls. So I'm going to share my screen with the slides so you can see it, and then we can do like an overview of the guidelines that are publicly available into the Circulus website, as Marjorie said. So again, this is a quick run through into the guidelines and a bit of context for the open calls. So to start, we already had 2 open calls last year and an expression of interest on the first year. Last open call 2 was for creating value chains and experiments, and then the 3.1 was for entities to join the Circulus pilots. So we have this year a new open call which is currently open. You can apply now, and the deadline is until the 10th of June. So please make sure that you prepare your proposal with time if your objective is to apply and join the Circulus program. So here you have the timeline for this Open Call 3.2. It opened on the 8th of April and closed on the 10th of June, as we already said. We already had a webinar, the first one, which is recorded and available on YouTube. You can go there. It was more focused on the tools. So if you are looking for information about the tools, you can learn more there from our tool owners. And today we are having the second and final webinar, which will be also recorded in case you enter it late or you miss some piece of information that you want to go back to. So what is this OpenCall 3.2 offering this year? So we are looking for single entities only, not consortiums like last year. Specifically, we are looking for manufacturing MSMEs and tech providers. We are giving away 60K per entity per winner, equity free, at a funding rate of 60% for profit-making entities and 100 for not profit-making entities. They will join for 6 months on a monitoring project implementation with Circulus, with assigned mentors from the Circulus consortium and guided assistance during this whole 6 months. And then we are trying to enhance the Circulus pilots that are already established around wood, plastic, and leather, that you will learn more later, and the OC2 winners from last year's Open Call. So again, this is a quick summary recap of what specific key entities we are looking for. So mostly we are looking for manufacturing European mid-caps and MSMEs and micro SMEs inside the circular economy sector. So circular economy enables like recycling, processing companies, waste collectors, also technology providers and research organization and academic institutes are also eligible to apply. I'm not going to go further into this since you have the full details into the guidelines, but you can more or less have a vision of what we are looking for. This Open Call, it's separated into 2 tracks that you can apply. So track A and track B. Track A, it's the main reason to be is that you will join a value chain from the OC2 last year winner. So one of the already 15 existing demonstrator. So you can resolve the problem like upstream, downstream, all the bottleneck that they could have. And then track B, which is, as we said before, joining one of the 3 core pilots of Circulus, which is wood, leather, and plastic. You can apply to both tracks at the same time, but we will only accept 1 application per track. So you can only apply for track A and track B once. And if you succeed on both of them, we will only fund you for one of them. So either track B or track A, but not both at the same time, to try to avoid double funding under the cascade funding under the European Commission. So specifically for track A, the main task will be to resolve this strategic missing link. So this will be addressing specific technical bottleneck or supply gap on the market barrier, or that prevents them the value chain from scaling, or extend the product life cycles, like introducing a new air strategies or deepen the existing one to keep the materials within the production and look longer. These are example activities that you will be doing in track A. Also, establish digital cooperation, so to integrate into the Circulus digital backbone to ensure material flows and data that are tracked across all consortium members. And then measure sustainability added value, so quantify the improvement in circularity indices brought by new partner inclusion. For track B, as we said before, it's different. You will be working with Circulus pilots. The objective is more or less the same. As you can see here, you will introduce new strategies, enhance existing processes by, for example, improving sorting, remanufacturing, or recycling efficiency. and validate and refine Circulus digital tools using real-world data to optimize life cycle tracking and sustainability assessment. So there's a few considerations to take into account, and this was asked a lot in the last webinar. So your proposals have to be self-sufficient. They have to work autonomously. When you prepare your proposal, you don't have to expect OSI to experiment to work on them. So you have to create a proposal that can be realized autonomously without the support of the winners, OC2 winners. Remember that the table that in the guidelines is an example, the needs of the OC2 winners as an example that you can use for your proposal, but you are free to use another problem that you saw that you can address within the value chain, or any solution that you can provide into the value chain. So these are examples. Remember that they have to work autonomously. You cannot expect the participation of O2C winners. Yeah, this is already more of the same. Also, as I said before, remember that in the monitoring 6-month monitoring period that you will join, you will have constant mentoring. You will have support from the consortium members of Circulus. So they will help you integrate the tools and explain how they work. And a very important consideration, please don't contact directly the OC2 winners or the Circulus pilot to ask for information. Everything that you need is already on the guidelines. And if there is any sort of need of you being in contact with them, we will procure to get these contacts. So please do not contact them directly, either by social media, website, or any other kind of mean of communication. In terms of funding, we already talked about this. It's 60K per entity at a rate of 60%. And please remember that the remaining 40% of the budget will be coming from your own contribution as an entity. So if you are asking for the total maximum sub that you can get, you have to present a project with a total budget of 100K. In terms of evaluation, we will have 2 experts, evaluators from outside the consortium, and 1 partner evaluating all the proposals. They will be chosen by their expertise on circular economy, manufacturing, and sectors related to the Circulus project. And you can find the criterion on the guidelines if you are very curious about it. Here is a summary. So you have 3 different criterion that score from 0 to 5, and you have to have a threshold of minimum 3 to be able to be to pass the evaluation without being rejected. This evaluation will happen in June. If everything goes well, we are having the contracting and selection and contracting of the winners at the end of July, and then you will start the monitoring process in August until next year. For the tools that are mandatory, you can see here Marketplace and Circular Data Platform, and the optional is Supply Chain Optimization, Supply Chain Digital Twin, Supply Chain Orchestrator, and Lifecycle Assessment. If you are very curious about them, you can find information in the guidelines. Also, in the last webinar that we record is available in YouTube and in the website, and there they have a more detailed explanation about the tools. So you can apply through the main Circulus website. You have the guidelines, buttons to download them, links directly to the F6S page. So everything the application will be submitted through F6S. That you can find here. The link will bring you here. So you will have to fill a form there. And then the link to the form is here in case you didn't have time yet to go directly there. So I'm putting very quick a QR code that you can scan with your phone. I will give you like 10 seconds for those that want to scan it. But yeah, everything will be sorted right there. And then the first part of evaluation will be eligibility. If you meet the eligibility criteria, you will pass into the evaluation. If not, you will get a rejection letter. So here is a structure. So you can see it's very organized, very fully transparent. So you fill the form, it goes through success. If you're eligible, you go to the evaluation. If not, you get a rejection letter. Then inside the evaluation, we will do a consensus meeting and pre-selected winners. And then the end of evaluation will be us contacting the winners with the contracting information, so you can be legally bind to the project, and then we can start working on the monitoring phase, which will be 6 months. And then these 6 months are divided into milestones. So for every milestone, you will get funds released. If you meet the objectives of your project, the KPIs and the deliverables, and then we will end on a final impact assessment and the release of the final funds. So this is all from my side. If you have any questions, we will have a 10-minute Q&A at the end of this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alvaro. Now we will continue with Elia from SUPSI. I don't know, Elia, if your mic is muted.
Yeah, sorry. Thank you. I'm going to show the screen.
Maybe I think that it was not for you to start, but Anatoly, no? Maybe?
Yes, that's
sorry.
Yeah, I will do it later then, right?
Okay.
Or
Anatoly?
Yes, hello.
Sorry.
Let me share my screen to start.
Yes. Fantastic. Yes, we can see your screen.
Excellent. So good morning, everyone. My name is Anatoly Giola. I'm a postdoctoral researcher at Cyprus University of Technology. And today I will present you the 15 ongoing experiments of the OpenCall 2 of CIRCULES project in more details, based on their goals, scope, their current status, and what they are looking for the winners of OpenCall 3.2. We will start with the Reclaim project. The Reclaim project aims to extend the life cycle of industrial machine tools by implementing an AI-powered decision support system that evaluates the remaining exploitable life of critical machine components. The team is developing a hybrid AI model to predict the remaining exploitable life of the key components, including total cost and environmental impact associated with different R strategies. The Reclaim project actually looks for 3 partners to join the value chain to scale the project from the pilot to industrial level and validate the AI tool that they are developing, which is called AirStrat, across sectors. The first partner might be a supply partner that will provide a stable and traceable feedstock for reliable AirStrat input at scale. The second partner might be a validation partner to enable cross-sector validation and commercial scale-up. And the third partner might be a technical process integrator to automate data acquisition and enable the interoperability across IoT systems. The second project is the BioCorner project that aims to establish a circular value chain by converting agro-food and aquaculture waste into bio-based mortars for the building sector. The project addresses the environmental impact of conventional mortars by replacing virgin mineral resources and reducing carbon emissions by at least 30%. What BioCorner needs from the winners of the OpenCall 3.2 is one actor to join the value chain to scale from pilot to industrial level and bring the innovative mortar to the market. The Reconcrete project proposes a circular value chain for manufacturing 3D printing urban furniture using waste slag and construction waste as substitutes for traditional cement. This project aims to reduce CO2 emissions, increase material circularity, and enhance design flexibility. In this case, the circularity is achieved by recycling slag and demolition waste into a cement substitute, extending their product life cycle. The result is a sustainable alternative to virgin concrete in the urban furniture sector, which is currently reliant on carbon-intensive cement and flexible casting processes. In this project, there are two critical missing actors that could join the value chain to scale and validate the circular model. The first partner could be a waste supplier to transform linear input into a certified circular feedstock to enable binder finalization and improve the LCA scores. And the second partner could be an urban furniture seller to enable full end-to-end value chain demonstration. The next project is the e-coffee, which extends the life cycle of coffee grounds by turning a single-use material into an input for new products. This project transforms actually coffee byproducts into high-value bio-based products, exploring two main valorization paths. The first is the animal feed ingredient, and the second path is the biocidal and phytosanitary products. There are three critical actors that could join the value chain of the e-coffee project to scale from the pilot to industrial level. The first partner might be a coffee distributor with HoReCa connections to strengthen reverse logistics of the e-coffee project. The second partner might be a large animal feed company as a feed sector buyer. And the third partner could be a technical process partner that could collect the spent coffee grounds and dries them to meet the requirements of the new product. Another project is the EVOP project that addresses the valorization of olive pits generated in industrial olive mills. So traditionally, olive pits are treated as waste or low-value byproducts. However, olive pits present significant potential as a renewable energy source. So the circularity scenario of the EVO project redefines olive pits as a renewable energy resource integrated with the production system. So instead of being discarded or sold at low value, olive pits are collected to be used as solid biofuel to meet thermal energy needs within the olive mill or nearby facilities. In this project, there are three actors that could join the value chain. The first partner might be a second olive agro-industrial cooperative to extend EVO project beyond the pilot site. The second partner might be a biomass buyer, such as olive sector producers, cooperatives, or olive mills for market validation. And the third partner could be a system integrator in order to help them collect, aggregate, and forecast biomass availability. The Yeast to Value project builds a regional circular biorefinery converting brewer spent yeast into food-grade protein powder and cell wall ingredients with a patent biotransformation process, brewery partnerships, and a replicable scale-up model. In this project, there are two missing actors. The first one is a brewery to co-locate the biorefinery, and the second is a food processing company to include food-grade protein powder into their products. Another project is a circle project that transforms marine and industrial waste into recyclable ceramic powders for 3D printed washout tooling products. The key innovations are the bind jetting with water-soluble binders and the closed-loop powders recovery and reuse. In this project, there are three needs. The first need is a logistic partner in order to improve material consistency and traceability and help the project to scale up. The second partner could be an industrial composite manufacturer and an end user or additive manufacturing service bureaus in order to enable pilot to industrial transition. And the third partner could be a system integrator to help them improve process reproducibility and industrial reliability. The Sign Again project tackles the life cycle extension of a difficult to recycle industrial plastic, which is the metallized caps. The Sign Again establishes a full circular supply chain using metallized propylene caps, building a closed-loop supply chain that reclaims and repurposes this kind of waste into retail furniture and circular trophies. So what they need from the winners of the Open Call 3.2 is first a manufacturing or material processing partner for CNC milling and mechanical finishing or recycled plastic parts. Second is a B2B partner to validate and scale the two product streams. Third, an interior architecture firms or retail brands or spatial designers to deploy the furniture in real-world environments. Also, they are looking for companies and organizations interested in commissioning custom and sustainable trophies. And finally, a technical integrator or a manufacturing partner with expertise in CNC milling, fixturing, and post-processing of recycled plastics. The Leaf Cycle project aims to transform the fallen tree leaves into sustainable, locally produced, biodegradable clamping cat litter. And by the end of the project, they will have an improvement product ready for the market and a business model that can be applied not only in Latvia, but also in other places, and the circular supply chain that has been tested and validated. So what they need a lead-based green waste supplier to enable storage and controlled use of raw materials, a support for market validation through direct to customer sales, and an engineer to support the setup of a small and efficient cat litter production facility. The Granular project transforms granite showing slugged into sustainable construction materials. This project addresses a major industrial waste stream from the stone processing industry while demonstrating a replicable circular business model for construction materials. Using 3D printing and advanced material formulations, the project aims to convert waste into urban furniture, reducing CO2 emissions and dependency on virgin raw materials. They need a certification expert to help them obtain the necessary certification for the prototype and an industrial partner to scale up the pilot. The Islopol project aims to establish a regional circular supply chain for expanding polystyrene waste. So instead of exporting waste, the project establishes a local ecosystem capable of collecting, sorting, classifying, and remanufacturing this kind of waste. So the vision is to accomplish through digital technologies and AI-based waste classification, transforming the current linear model into a local closed-loop remanufacturing ecosystem. They are looking for a regional or national waste management organization operating industrial scale waste sorting lines. Also, a construction company or manufacturer to integrate recycled EPS to produce concrete, and a system integrator for the development of a computer vision system for industrial sorting lines. Now I'm passing the floor to Spiros, which is the mentor of the rest of the experiments, in order to present you in more detail what is about. Spiros, the floor is yours.
Hi, hello. Give me a second. Hello, everyone. Hope you can see me and you can hear me. So I'm gonna be presenting you the four of the experiments that I've been coaching the past few months. So starting with Lupi. Lupi is our white goods demonstrator in Italy. So the aim is to turn what's traditionally a linear white good value chain into something data-driven and circular, enabling recycling and refurbishment. We're working close with Beko on the machines themselves and rolled on safety-critical components like door locks. The core innovation is real-time digital product passports enriched with production, energy and data usage. On the implementation side, they do digital passports, which are integrated into Symmetra's Fabric Metrics AOIT's platform. And they have built now the data flows that they do run into the Circulus data platform. For Lupi, and going to the next slide, we need two types of partners. First, suppliers of recycled polymers and metals recovered from end-of-life white goods. And another nice to have would be retailer or after-sales partners who can feed real usage, repair, and warranty data into the live digital passports. Going to the next one, the next experiment is the Plasmix Road, which is our constructor demonstrator in space. The idea is simple but powerful. Take LDPE rejects that today they end up in landfills and turn them into low carbon asphalt. The technical work involves chemical and mechanical work of the LDPE, so it's compatible with bitumen, and then producing polymer modified bitumen and hot mix with high recycled content plus RAP. Of course, Extraco is laying actual pilot into roads. For this experiment, it would be nice to have like three kinds of partners to scale up. So in the next slide, you'll see tech providers for digital traceability of recycled materials along the full asphalt value chain. More feedstock, additional resources of complex plastics would be nice to have, plus reclaimed asphalt if possible. And on validation, we need the road authorities, contractors or testing labs who can verify the mixtures under real traffic conditions. Now we're gonna move into the third project. It's Replay, and it tackles the plastic toys industry. This is a short-lived but high turnover product category in Spain. The aim is to close the loop on toys through reuse, repair, and recycling, and to enable the end-to-end traceability after the point of sale. So we're working together with Molto on toy components and plus Novo on recycling. They have developed digital passports that are linked to individual products or badges, and they do have unique IDs. And they're also anchored on blockchain for transparency and tamper-proof records. The platform is a modular service, software as a service on Docker, and it integrates with Circulus data platform to share their data. For this project, it would be nice to have we need regional, actually, post-consumer waste collectors who specialize in handle end-life toys. And it would be very nice to have certified sort testing labs that can actually validate the material safety and whether they are good to be reused or refurbished as a toys. And this is because toys have high strict safety measures. And moving to the last project, the last experiment, it's REC, which is our ICT refurbished demonstrator in Greece, run by Panikinesis and Lesvos. The aim is to extend the life cycle of end-of-life laptops and desktops through repair, refurbishment, and reuse, and actually do it through a decentralized network across Athens, Thessaloniki, and Mytilene. The social angle is what actually matters here because they do bring the digital device they do give the final device to refugees, low-income groups, while cutting e-waste. Operationally, Lessol collects device from SMEs, CSOs, and schools, and Epanikinesis handles the diagnosis, repair, hardware upgrades, and Linux configuration when needed. While they do share everything with Circulus data platform for live tracking. For this experiment, it would be nice to have two types of partners. On the supply technology, retailers, distributors, or IT departments who can systematically supply end-of-life or traded-in computers at volume. And on technology, AI or robotics provider for automated diagnostics and semi-automated SSD and battery replacements. So that's all from my side. Thank you, Anatoly. And you can carry on.
Thank you, Spiros. So this is regarding the experiments that are currently running from the Open Call 2. So thank you all.
Thank you, Anatoly. We will continue now with Elia from
Yes,
SUPSI.
hello.
Yeah.
I'm going to share the screen.
So you will present the pilots?
I think maybe Marije can go first with the wood pilot,
Yes, absolutely.
and then we go with the leather and plastic.
Let's do so.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm not sure if I can share my screen. Yes, I can, I see, right?
Yes, and we will see it in now. You just have to put it on full screen. Fantastic.
Yes, it's there. Yes, very good.
Yes.
So, do you hear me?
Yes, but
great.
yeah.
Okay, so I really want to explain a little bit more about the wood pilot. So we are existing now, we are one of the main pilots that we're in the project. So to explain a little bit what we are about, we have one company called Planet, and they source urban wood from the city. They prevent valuable wood from being burned, and they prepare and sew logs into usable planks, and they create the foundation for further use. Then Herso turns irregular wood into standard usable components, and they work with shapes and qualities others cannot use, and they get the most out of each piece through smart processing, and they bridges raw material to reliable use in construction and furniture. And I am Marije Remigius from the company CIRCULEREN, and we engineer and source and prepare materials, and we build stuff. So we maximize the use of circular materials, we calculate and validate CO2 impact, and we share knowledge to maximize the impact for everything.
Marije, sorry to interrupt. Could you maybe make it in the full screen, because we see both?
Oh, I have been doing it at my place. It's full screen. But,
okay. So because we have the.
Okay. I don't know how to do this then. So maybe
then it's okay like that.
Time-wise, I can then continue then, right?
No worry. Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Absolutely.
So we have been working independently and now we work together. And here you can see a digital process that has been created within the Circulose project with all the tools that were developed. And yeah, one of the results is the pavilion that we built at the Dutch Design Week with the circular CLT that we have been focusing on within this project. And we would also like to extend that in our project. With this CLT, we have been making CO2 calculations on to see where we can create better impact. And with the tools, we were able to see in the process at Herzog Company to see where we can develop better initiatives to reduce the CO2. Yeah, so we have been kept communicating this and we've been making impact reports and product passports. So we were also able to share this online and to be able to reuse the pavilion as a fair, like the Dutch Design Week is only there for 7 days. And the pavilion is now sold. So that's really nice that we can share all the data and transfer this. So yeah, we have been aiming for a lot of ambitions and also gaining them. So that's really nice. And yeah, we are really looking to extend our pilot, preferably with a company that is, well, if I can say so, in the Netherlands, because we really would like to upscale the use of our circular CLT, maybe build houses with it or interiors, and at least then if we go smaller into furniture. So please reach out if you would like to know more. And if you have questions, please ask me so.
Thank you very much. We can continue now with Elia.
Yeah, hello. Now it's my turn. Now, yes. Okay. So can you see my screen?
We are about, yes. Can you make it full screen?
Okay, nice fine. Okay.
Almost, yes.
You don't see?
Yes, now it's okay. Perfect.
Okay. So my name is Elia Ruiz from SUPSI, and in this part of the presentation, I will introduce the plastic and leather pilot within this Circulose project, focusing on how new partners can join these pilot chains and contribute with additional circular strategies. So the pilot goals for all the pilots, as we have already seen, is avoiding waste, optimizing resource use, and reusing material across industries, so we can pass from different products in order to evaluate if they are environmental impact. If the environmental impact is really reduced, is the new system economically available and scalable in the long term, and if the evolution from local process to value chain systems enhance the overall sustainability or the product life cycle. So let me start with the plastic pilot, where the goal of this pilot is to demonstrate how industrial plastic waste can remain inside the value chain for longer through improved sorting, recycling, and remanufacturing strategies. In this pilot, we are currently working with 2 Spanish partners. The first one is this one, is Thermolympic. Thermolympic manufactures plastic products and components generating plastic waste during industrial production processes. One example we analyzed during the Circulose project is the detergent container used inside washing machines. And even though these products are highly functional and durable, their production still creates waste plastic materials, rejected parts, and they are traditionally difficult to reintegrate efficiently into manufacturing cycles. So this is where circularity becomes extremely important. Here you all see the different partners of Thermolympic, the customers actually of Thermolympics, and how they are produced in a 2B scenario where we evaluate if they are circular and with some benefits compared to the linear models. The second partner is Contenedores Lolo. is a plastic recycling company specialized in collecting, sorting, processing, and transforming plastic waste into secondary raw materials. Here, the collaboration between Thermolympic and Contenedores Lolo allow us to test real industrial circular loops where waste generated by one company can become a valuable resource for another process instead of being discarded. So within this pilot, we are exploring several strategies, especially recycling, remanufacturing, reuse of secondary materials, and improved sorting and traceability processes. One key aspect of the plastic pilot is data chains across the value chain. So digital tools developed within this project help partners track materials, understand composition, and optimize recycling decisions. So new organizations could join the chain in different ways by introducing new sorting technologies or validating recycled material for new applications, or by contributing remanufacturing capabilities, or by testing additional circular business models. For example, companies working on AI sorting systems, digital product passport, material recyclability, could strong enhance the pilot ecosystem. And the idea is not only to recycle plastic, but to increase the value of materials for as long as possible. So now we move to the leather pilot. This pilot focuses on textile and leather leftovers generated during manufacturing processes, and explore how these materials can be transformed into, let's say, new valuable products instead of becoming leftovers or waste. Here we collaborate mainly with Moto. The two partners are Moto Textile and BNA. Moto Textile produce leather and big pieces of leather, such as bags or other big products. So the leftovers that are produced in Moto Textile during the cutting and production activities are often too small for the original application, but they still continue high material value and quality. So instead of disposing of these, let's say, materials, BNA reuse and transform them into smaller leather products and accessorize. This creates a practical and scalable circular approach where the production of leftovers are, let's say, reintegrated into a second life. And the leather pilot, the leather pilot demonstrates that circularity is not limited to recycling only, but the highest value strategy is actually reuse or repurposing, where material maintains much more of its original quality and value. Another important aspect in this flexibility of the pilot is the possibility of make other products that are actually coming from the scrap of the different leftovers. By increasing the number of potential stakeholders of leather waste, several products can really can be manufactured. Here, for this pilot, new partners can join by let's say, introducing innovative upcycling methods, like developing repair or refurbishment services, improving material sorting, or creating new market opportunities for secondary leather products. This pilot is especially interesting because creates industries, because it shows that even small leftover stream can generate economy and environmental value if they are managed in a correctly way. in nothing. So to conclude, both the plastic and leather pilots demonstrate how industrial collaboration can enable more circular and sustainable value chain. So in both cases, the pilots are open ecosystems where additional partners can contribute to new technologies, to new circular strategies, and to new business opportunities. So thank you very much for your attention, and I will happy to answer any question you may have at the end of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Elia. Yes, we have some questions. So I will go through the questions.
Okay. Hi. So I see one question for
Okay.
Estela. So in the case that you are asking, the partners profiles were related to OC2 winners. So for the pilots, you actually have to adjust for track B, you have to bring the solution to the pilots, but for track A, the list that is in the table, the demand list that is there are just examples and are the one that we don't expect to participate together, so it can work autonomously. So it will be, for the case for track B, it should be more dependent into the pilots and not away from them. And then there's a question for Elia, I think.
Yes, regarding the plastic project. I don't know if you could read it, Elia?
Yes.
Or...
So it's not that we need a partner for the business model. It's more about creating or expanding the supply chain, either upstream or downstream. We have already the case of Thermolympic serving plastic. Sorry, I thought it was another question from Maria. So the idea here is we have already the basic scenario where from linear, let's say from raw material to disposal, that was the case of Thermolympic at the beginning. We saw environmental economic benefits from using the waste, recycling the waste, and using back again to the supply chain of Thermolympics. Now we are trying to expand the system, like having more waste for Lolo in order to also serve raw material feedstock in Thermolympic, or we can use it for other companies that could make more value for us. For instance, Thermolympic is using recycling material as feedstock, so other companies that could use also recycling material for their products. So either upstream or downstream. In the second open call, we have already identified several projects where they can use also, let's say, the product of Lolo, so recycling material, for producing other stuffs like chairs, furniture, whatever. So our idea for this project, Circulus, is to expand as much as possible the supply chain or the downstream process in order to have different values. So it's not just about business models, it's really about making more sustainable the synergy among industries. I don't know if I replied right the question you had.
There is another comment from Estela. Maybe Alvaro, you can answer it.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I understood it fully, but I mean, the short answer is no, we're not like having like exhaustive financial reporting in that sense, if I do understand well. But what we are requiring is that you have a clear and detailed, realistic plan for your budget, like a plan breakdown of your budget into your proposal submission. So you clearly outline like estimated costs for personal, equipment, travel. So to make sure that you can prove what the 60% of the funds are going to and what are you spending the rest of the 40. So instead of like exhaustively financial review, we will do more like a more coherent budget plan for your project, if that answers your question.
There another question. Are you expecting having technology providers as applicant in track B calls, for example, in the wood pilot?
It depends. I mean, the type of entity, it's more like an eligible criteria. It depends more about what you propose on the project plan more than the type of entity. The type of entity is more that on eligibility level, while what we are looking for is more like a true, reliable, coherent proposal that you are demonstrated that you actually are enhanced the pilots or the OC2 winners.
Is there any more questions? Yes.
Well, right now it depends a lot. I mean, for the question of how many projects you are expected to be granted on track A, on track B. So in total, we are expecting to fund 10 projects, like overall, and it depends a lot on the number of proposals that we have and the quantity or quality of them. So it will go maybe for one to another, but we are searching to have at least one winner for the wood pilot. That is our priority. And then depending on the budget, the rest will go either to the other pilots, so maybe one per pilot, so 3 and 7 for track A and 3 for track B. But for wood pilot is our priority this year. Since last year, wood pilot didn't have a chance to get any winners to join their work. Now, there's one question for Elia that says, what kind of partner are you looking for the plastic project?
So there is not a right number. It will be based on the decision of which are the winners, but it's not like we are not considering a specific number, right, Alvaro?
It's not the number, it's the kind of partner.
Yeah, kind of partner.
Okay.
Like Mariel says, just to make sure, what kind of partner are you looking for the plastic project?
Okay, we are looking at partners, manufacturing partners, either those producing waste or those producing manufacturing products from recycling materials. But let's say more manufacturing processes partners, manufacturer companies, manufacturer process.
And yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
There's one from Felipe also regarding to the pilot. He says, regarding to the leather pilot and tech provider proposing biotech routes for leather waste recovery and revalorization, makes sense. So I don't know I don't quite understand this question. So he's saying that so recovery and revalorization makes sense, Elia, in the pilot.
Yeah, leather pilot.
Okay.
I'm trying to see could make sense. Yeah, I mean, we try to prioritize manufacturing process because tech provider okay, if they are biotechnology strategies, they are welcome and they will be considered. If they are like technology providers in the sense like more digital tools or something like that, maybe they can be considered, but it's not our main target. But biotechnology or technology processes that you can increase or improve the efficiency of the manufacturing processes, yes, in such case, yes, they are, that makes sense.
And I think that was the last question.
Yes.
So I will get
Don't,
like maybe 10 seconds to see if anyone has any other question. But
don't hesitate
again,
to
yes,
contact us or to contact directly FXS if you have any question regarding the open call. This session is recorded, so it will be available. The previous session also was recorded, and yeah, I mean, you have all the information on the website.
exactly. Yeah, remember that today's webinar is like a review of all the public available information that we have about the project into our website. So you can go check there the pilots, you can check the guidelines, you can check the eligibility checks, last webinar's recording. Also, there's interviews for the OC2 winners that we've done this month, so you can read them. So there's a lot of information that you can get from there. And yeah, thank you very much for coming today and being here. And I hope we see you in the evaluation phase of this open call. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.